continue our Friday press conferences. Good to see you guys here after last night's big win over Tufts, 69-66. I've got Coach Cosgrove. We've got Drew Lazar, Gerald Cargo, Trevor McDonald, and Henry Fetter. Coach, some quick comments, and we'll start with questions. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I mean, we're just very happy to be here, and we really like Fort Wayne, so it's great to have a beautiful day too. So it's great to be here for sure.
I think Ryan said that this is the first three-peat since Wash U. Is that right?
Yeah.
You guys,
yeah. Three
since
Final
Wash U.
Fours in a row since 07, 08, 09.
Yeah, so 07, 08, 09. So there you go. Okay, questions. Here we go. Who we got? Who's feeling good out there? First, yeah.
I mean, we can start off. How much have you guys had a chance to look at film and know what you're in for? How much have you seen the team? What are you kind of expecting out of them?
Yeah, we watched a little bit of them last night. I think they're kind of similar to that Trine team that we faced a couple years ago. Super athletic team. They play tough. So we've had the opportunity to watch it a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen a few of their games this year, just watching other games. I watched the game when they played Yeshiva earlier this year, and then obviously some of their tournament games. And yeah, obviously they're a good team. They won a bunch of games to get here, so we got to be ready to go.
How much do you watch games when you're not playing?
I'd say most of us stay pretty in tune. I mean, especially during the tournament. But I mean, a lot of us, myself included, just checking scores and you know, just follow. You know, a lot of teams that are obviously in the loop and in the mix. You know, we might not watch all the games, all the conferences, but definitely teams that are in the mix. I feel like most of us keep tabs on and follow along. Like I said, if there's some marquee matchups, we'll definitely tune in.
I guess a question for any or all of the four of you. I mean, I asked Coach earlier this week whether he was more proud of what you guys have done on the defensive end before or the offensive end this year. And I realize defense has been a huge identity for you guys, but he alluded to the fact that your offensive development has really enabled you guys to take this to another level this year. I'm curious how you guys might answer that question. You know, the idea of trying to excel at all.
Well, I mean, Trevor always says defense wins championships, and like it's known that defense creates good offense. So like we understand that if we play good defense, offense will look easy, or like offense will come more flowingly. So I feel like defense is what gets our offense going, really.
Yeah, oh no, go ahead.
I was going to say, last night was a perfect example. We only made one three-pointer last night. We were 1 for 11.
Okay.
When you hold a team to 66 points, obviously we want to hold them to a little less, but you're going to win a good amount of games if you do that to your opponent. So that's why we're emphasize defense so much.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like offensively for like our team, I mean, we've been playing together for a long time. We know if we move the ball, we'll get open shots, and we got guys in the gym that work out like almost too much, honestly. And so we know we're gonna get shots are gonna fall eventually, but like we're very, very defensive minded, and I think for us, like that's what we're most proud of. Just like not allowing another team to put up numbers on you is what we take pride in.
And I think also like both our losses this year, Tufts and Wesleyan. I mean, both those games. I know the Wesleyan game. I don't think we made a field goal for like the last 7 minutes of that game. And Tufts was similar, where we had a lead and really kind of played a little stagnant towards the end. But those were games where if we got stops, we still were in a great position to win the game. Both were like either tie games or we had the lead with under a minute to go. I think both those games we knew like just one stop, one rebound here, and we still would have won the game regardless of whatever numbers we've shot. And like Trevor said last night was a perfect example. Like we could have gone 0 for whatever, but we still should be in every game just based off our defense and rebounding and our ability to turn teams over and then get out in transition and get good looks on the other end.
Just as a follow-up for you guys, one of Mary Washington's strengths is they really take care of the ball. They don't turn the ball over much. Do you change the way you approach a team when they're really good like that? Do you gamble a little less? Do you change your pressures up, or do you kind of just keep doing the same thing and hope you can make them turn it over?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just try and stay solid. I think we got trust in our defense. I mean, we don't need to make home run plays to get out on the other end. We really just got to make them take tough ones over us, right. Contest and rebound, and that's how we got to do it. We don't really rely on teams to turn the ball over. It just happens to be the fact that we get in passing lanes and we get runouts. It's not like we go into the game saying we got to steal the ball from them every time. We just got dudes who are really good at it, and it helps when we've got a really solid defense. But I think we definitely just need to stay solid and play our game, and it's the
guess everybody too, we mentioned again, first time since 07, 09, the program's been in 3 straight national semifinals. I mean, that's a significant thing, 1 win away from 3 straight 30-win seasons. Talk about bringing this program to this level and the consistency you've now had with this group.
Well, yeah, that's a great question. To be honest, I think we've had a lot of consistency for 10 or 12 years. I mean, right now we're over the last 12 or 13 years, we're the top-ranked team in the NESCAC as far as wins in conference and overall. So I'm very, very proud of that. But with these guys, they're the ones that kind of brought it to another level. So I'm proud of them for. We've always been consistent. We've always been tough. We've always been defensive-minded. We've always done those kind of things. But these guys have kind of brought it to another level to get us to playing games, now and here. And I'm just so proud of them that they bought in and just worked so hard to do those things. And honestly, the best part is they're about the right things. They're not seeking the accolades or like a lot of kids. They just they want to be together. They want to win. They want to be champions, and no matter what, they are champions. So I'm just so proud of the fact that they've taken our school and our program to new heights and to new levels. It's been a blessing for me, to be honest with you.
Do you guys have any thought, just what you've done with the program?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously, our freshman year was very different than the past 3 years, but I think obviously Coach Cosgrove's done a great job just instilling a championship mindset in our team, and I think that's, more so than talent and, our ability to make plays, that's really what it comes down to, is I think our team's, like you said, just about the right stuff, and even I think going back to our sophomore year, like that trying game, I think, even then, we were a great team then, but maybe not all the way about the right stuff in some areas, and I think we've come along a long ways, and I think this year has probably been the best in terms of just playing together, playing for each other, and just, really being about winning, because we realized, like, we got a chance to do something, like you said, that hasn't been done in a while, and hopefully we want to keep it going, but I think it really just starts with our mindset and, our team saying, we're going to get stuff done together, and, like he said, there's plenty of guys out there who are worried about individual stuff. Our team's really just worried about what we can do to win, and that's all that anyone remembers at the end of the day is, what teams won, not what players did what.
For Trevor and for Henry, Coach had kind of talked to me the other day about the recruiting process for the two of you, and sort of the fun way that went around. Trevor was sort of looking at you regularly, and then Henry was there, and it sort of turned into this really cool opportunity for all of you. I'm just curious from your perspective how that went. Do you remember some of the conversations the two of you guys had together, the opportunities to maybe continue playing college ball together, and how that's turned out for you?
Yeah, I just remember we both went to Canterbury School, which is like a little over an hour from Trinity, and Coach Cosgrove and our assistant then, Coach Witter, would come out regularly to open gyms and stuff, and obviously Trevor was committed, and so, they'd always be talking to Trevor after open gyms, and luckily I started playing good enough, I guess, in some of those pickups, and Trevor was great. Trevor's been one of my, teammates. This is our 7th year as teammates together, and he's been one of my best friends since then, and obviously, definitely, I thought the chance to play with him was great, but, I'm very grateful that he was already committed and, threw in a good word for me to Coach Cosgrove and the rest to hopefully get me there, and obviously it's a great decision.
Well, to be honest with you, too, I kind of had a cheat sheet with all these guys. So their coach at Canterbury was my assistant. Brian Bodenay was my assistant at Trinity before that. So, he was in my ear about those guys all the time. And then Jarrell's high school coach is a good friend of mine. We go way back. And Drew, and Drew being, almost right down the street, about 30 minutes from campus, his coach said, "Hey, you got to see this kid. You got to see this kid. Hey, we got a kid here." And I said, "All right." I think the first time I saw Drew, it's another funny story. It was like December 23rd or December 24th, and it's like, hey, either I gotta hang out and do Christmas shopping, or I can go to watch an open gym. So I said, it was an easy choice. So I went, and his team was crazy. They were practicing. I think it was December 24th, and I'm like, yeah, this kid could be perfect for us. So it's kind of neat with all of them, and like I said, I had a cheat sheet for all 4 of them to get them here. So I'm kind of lucky that I have people that I know in good places for me at the time, for sure.
Yeah.
Drew, talk about your experience at Trinity. Why has this been a good place for you guys to spend your time?
I mean, for me, it's been good. Honestly, I also want to shout out Trev because Trev is also him and his pops are the reason kind of why I've came to Trinity. A big part of the reason because I've known Trevor since I don't know what,
Third grade?
Yeah, third grade. We've known each other for a while. That's one thing that's good about D3 is especially in the New England area, you know most Jared Berry. We played against each other in high school. A lot of my older teammates here, we played against each other in high school, which is kind of cool. But honestly, it's just been an overall great, fun experience. I'm glad that I got to play with these four for 4 years, and I'm glad we were able to do what we've been able to do. Our freshman year, we kind of thought oh, okay, our class is we can do something special, especially when you start off 14-1. But we didn't finish that season the way we really wanted to. But honestly, we've been working. We're just so connected as a unit. Most of us live together, so that kind of helps build just kind of a trust with one another, and just made it an overall great experience to come here.
Yeah, kind of piggyback on what Jerome was saying. It's really a blessing to be here. Shout out to Coach and Trinity for giving me a chance to continue to play basketball. My high school experience playing basketball wasn't the best. Didn't play varsity till my senior year, but Trinity took a shot on me, and I'm glad that blessing happened. And everything happens for a reason. Jerome knew Trevor, and Henry knew Trevor, and everybody knows each other, and it was just meant to be. So I'm just glad that we're in this moment, and I'm doing this with my senior year with these guys right here. So this is who I'm playing for.
Guys, you had a whole week to prepare for a team that you knew very well. Now you got one day to prepare for a team that you've never played. Talk about the differences in those two preparations.
Can I start that?
Yes,
So
sir.
we got a little bit of an advantage because we were just talking about in the locker room. In our conference, we play at 7 p.m. on a Friday night, and then we have to play the next day at 3 p.m. the next day in another conference game. And it's conference and everything else, but sometimes what we've done in the past, you play at Amherst in Amherst, Massachusetts on a Friday night, and then you drive to Hamilton, New York, and play them, which is about 4 hours away, the next day at 3 o'clock. So this is kind of old hat, and it's kind of nice to have an extra day to get things going. So this is I know Mary Washington is very good. We watched them last night. We've just been watching film on them, but and I know they'll be ready. But I know these guys will be ready also.
Anything else out here?
I was just curious, Drill, a lot of guys, you guys have your roles very much. Yours tends to change quite a bit, I imagine, because of matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not looking for your shot as much when you've got a big Bernstein in there as you might with a smaller guy. Just mentality coming into a game where you kind of know, tonight I'm looking for my offense, or the next night I'm looking to pass and facilitate. Just how easy is that to go back and forth between whatever matchups come along?
I mean, it's easy when you got guys like Drew, Trevor, Henry, Jared all the time. I don't have to go out there and score the ball all the time. For me, I'm just kind of doing whatever my team needs me to do. Whether that's doing the dirty work, trying to get rebounds, diving on the floor, just whatever it takes to get a win. Sometimes that may be me scoring the ball. Sometimes that I got to get a stop. So yeah, just keeping consistent with that, and just trusting my guys to do what they need to do, and them trusting me to be able to do what I need to do.
And maybe a follow-up, Coach, about the luxury it is to have somebody who's as good as him, that's as versatile and willing to do all those different things. That doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, you're right, and it's very versatile. You play him a lot of different positions, and I think he can do a lot of different things, defensively, offensively, and on the glass, which is extremely important. So that's huge for our program for sure.
All right. Thank you, coach and players. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.